Hello and welcome. You're watching The Money Show, your one-stop destination for all your personal finance queries. I'm Kavita Thapliyal, and today on the show we'll be focusing on a very important aspect and a very important rule of financial planning, which is diversification. We'll tell you and explain you all aspects of having a diversified portfolio, be it being diversified across asset classes or being diversified across market caps. Also on this show, we'll be answering your financial portfolio queries. So just in case you have a financial portfolio for which you need any expert advice, to send across your queries on 8657974571, and the email ID is themoneyshow@etnow.tv, where you can send across your questions, and our experts would be there to help you with everything that's related to your financial goals. But then, as I was talking about diversification, yes, we know a very important rule and very underrated also, and a lot of times not very well explained, which is why a lot of investors do not understand what exactly is diversification and how can actually lead you, in cutting down your risk, mitigating your risk, and also increasing your returns or potential gains in your portfolio. Let's have an expert on board to do all of this for you today. Chinu Gupta, Senior Fund Manager, Equity, HSBC Mutual Fund. Chinu, hi, good evening and welcome to the show. And yes, diversification, we have heard the word, we have read about it, we've seen a lot of media, content on social media in and around diversification, but how do we actually implement this particular magic trick in our portfolio? I'm calling it magic trick because people have just heard about it, and implementation is really something which is very difficult for a lot of people. Also because of lack of understanding and awareness, of investment instruments and the way they operate. Having said that, Indians are very hesitant when it comes to experimenting anything, which is new for them or which is better for them. The reason why I'm saying this is because they don't mind putting money in FNO, they don't mind putting money in crypto, but when you tell them to put money in mutual funds, they'll be like, oh, it is very slow, it is so boring, it is not exciting. All right, that's a conversation for the later part of our discussion today. But then diversification, yeah. You can make your portfolio exciting by having it diversified across asset classes. What do you say?
So I think very right the way you have said, and in fact there are always two camps. One is investing for adventure and investing for wealth creation. So maybe we are focusing more on the wealth creation part of investing, and there diversification really becomes very essential.
Yeah.
In fact, we all know in last 1 year, as we are talking various asset classes, right? Let's begin with debt as an asset class. Very stable returns over a longer time period, 6 to 8% CAGR returns, relatively very stable. Look at the equity returns. On a CAGR basis, they look good, but on a short-term basis, they can get really very volatile. And maybe a third asset class, the way we talk gold and silver as an asset class, they have suddenly turned very attractive as well. And their role is totally different. They actually come into picture when globally something is not going right, when global volatility is high. Just to remind you, in COVID, what happened was equity market were down by almost 30-35%, but your gold and silver were up by 25%. So if somebody had gold and silver in portfolio, it actually acted like an insurance. Even in last 1 year, the way you would have seen, equity markets haven't given return, but gold and silver have given fabulous return in last 1 year. Now here I would just counterbalance it with one more data point. Almost from 2012 to 2018, a period of 6 years, was when gold and silver gave almost 0% return. Silver gave negative return, negative CAGR return. And it was in this period that equity gave you that normal 15-16% kind of CAGR return. So the idea is to have a diversified portfolio, some bit of gold, silver, some bit of equity, and some bit of debt for stable return. And having this diversified portfolio, I think, can take an investor through longer period of time frame and getting some return in each time frame.
We're talking about diversification, we're talking about having other asset classes also. What should be your proportion or ratio, investment ratio, as far as the portfolio is concerned, because you will be considering equity, you'll be considering debt, you'll be considering commodities. You can also reshuffle your exposure, within the asset classes. But then, for a layman, to do this will be a slightly difficult thing. For that, you do have a dedicated fund, and the fund managers do it for you. But at a portfolio level, if someone wants to do it, how should you really, work around having your exposure ratios adjusted, or maybe, as per market trend, if you want to shift some money across asset classes, how can you do it?
So again, very excellent question. And the way SEBI has gone about it, creating these asset classes, mutual fund, the way it's needed. So multi-asset allocation fund, I think, is an excellent fund created where you have allocation to equity, gold, silver, as well as debt. In fact, at HSBC, so all mutual fund can follow their own allocation to various assets. At HSBC multi-asset allocation fund, we have roughly 65 to 70% of the fund dedicated to equity. Almost 15 to 20% of the fund is dedicated to gold and silver, and 10 to 15% is with debt. So this is how we have diversified, and we believe that for any investor in a longer period of time frame, this allocation should work really well.
All right. Now, let's talk about diversification within equity. And here I'm talking about diversifying across market caps, large, mid, and small. You do have a hybrid category, which again gives you which solves the purpose of diversification very well. But having said that, we take a lot of questions on our show, Chinu, and, we see people having a large cap fund. Then we see them having a flexi cap fund. Then we see them having a large and mid cap fund. So a lot of exposure in large cap again. Okay, and then if there is a small cap fund over there, they'll be having a multi cap or pure small cap or anything that also has small cap in it, maybe a passive and an active. So a lot of time investors do not understand that within market cap also you need to be very well diversified. In small cap you can still try the diversification very well because universe is large, but say a large cap, how much would you want to be diversified? Having a flexi cap and a pure large cap, an active large cap and a passive large cap. So this becomes tricky for them to understand.
So again, I think some 5-6 years back, a category was created, which is called like a large and mid cap category. Again, this is a very interesting category. Most of the investors in equity would want some stability. So in a large and mid cap category, large cap provides you that stability part. And where you're talking about this high growth profile, high earnings growth, companies which can be agile enough, gain market share, you have the mid cap companies. So they add that bit of higher growth to your portfolio. So together combine this large and mid cap category, I think is a very interesting category which can give you stability as well as growth.
All right, very important for stability and growth, and this is diversification. It's exactly about giving, stability to your portfolio so that your portfolio doesn't become as volatile as the equity market. But now, let's also talk about a very niche category that within mutual funds we have a hybrid category. There are different type of funds with different equity and debt allocation. If you're an aggressive investor, you will see a higher equity. If you're a conservative investor, there are options where you will see more component of debt in your portfolio. Taxation also changes, I think, along with all of this. But when it comes to having a core portfolio, can these hybrid funds, which are already very well diversified, be a part of your portfolio?
So I think these hybrid funds are really good, especially for a conservative investor. Categories like conservative hybrid or equity savings, they become interesting categories with an average investor, with an average risk profile. Then you move towards aggressive hybrid category. And in fact, the multi-asset allocation category, which is launched, rightly fits in this space because there you get equity, which can be very well diversified between large, mid, and small, the equity portion. And at the same time, it provides you other assets like debt as well as gold and silver. So along with aggressive hybrid, I think multi-asset allocation also fits in that same category.
Right. I think with that, it's time up on the show for this particular topic. But then, yes, a deeper conversation and discussion is needed on the when it comes to diversification on your portfolio. Thank you so much, Chinu, for giving us your time and helping our viewers, breaking it down so so perfectly and in simple language for our viewers to understand this today. Thank you.
Pleasure.
All right, time for a quick break, but then post that, let's focus on your financial portfolio queries. I'll be joined by Harshvardhan Jungta, who will be assessing your portfolio, tallying it with your financial goals, and recommending you the right kind of strategies and instruments after this break.